Hey guys, this is Daniel with Better Than Nine. I hope that everybody has started off with a good 2026. It's been pretty good over here, cold, but good. This is a different video. It's not a one-hit review. The reason being is I don't want this one to get age restricted. I want it to be able to be shown on all the platforms without, like I said, age restrictions, shadow bans. They don't even shadow ban us anymore. I guess that's cool. Now you just get an email where they're like, hey, you're violating policies because somebody said you're offensive and we can't recommend your channel. And you're like, what did I do that was offensive? Crickets and ghost responses. So they're a bunch of. Well, see, I can't. This is why this is the fourth time I try to make this video because I keep saying stuff that I'm afraid someone's going to use to like. Okay, I'm going to be quick too. You probably know. If you don't, you're fixing to learn that a bill was passed last year when the government was shut down. The bill that they passed to open it had 3 sentences in it that go into effect this November, if nothing changes, that redefines hemp from the what we know it as 0.3% Delta 9 THC, grown under a legal hemp license, to has to have less than 0.4 milligrams of any type of THC. Again, the distinction, we're at 0.3% by weight right now, Delta 9 THC. This would be 0.4 milligrams any THC, D8, D9, D10, A, V, whatever. So if it was 0.4%, there would be no controversy. We'd be like, cool, we can make stuff a little stronger. This is 0.4 milligrams. What that means to people who don't play with chromatography machines and formulate with milligrams. 0.4 milligrams in THC is non-detectable by any human body. And it's probably non-detectable by some of the less expensive chromatography machines. It's nothing. For reference, 0.4 milligrams of fentanyl would be safe to consume. That'd be what, 400 micrograms or something? That would be like a therapeutic dose. So that's where we're at now. So what that, again, in English, if nothing changes, Better Than Nine, any other hemp company you know, we're gone. We're out of business. We're gonna have to go get like disability or something and I guess suck off of the American taxpayer because we won't have jobs anymore. I guess we can be like billionaires, feeding off the American taxpayer. Anyways, again, got to keep this clean. So there are hemp groups obviously lobbying to get something changed. One of the thing, one Haifa is trying to get a 3-year extension on the current laws in order to either give the industry time to find new jobs, basically, or realistically create time, because what we're asking for ultimately is give us workable regulations. Like the big red herring that the politicians who are, or not just the politicians, they're being bribed. I mean, campaign donated to put this to ban hemp is protecting the children. In the industry, the hemp industry, we're saying give it 21 and up rules, make lab testing mandatory on all products, and no advertising to kids. And overall, if you guys go look at legitimate hemp companies like us and go look at some of the other big companies that pay for all the advertising you see, do you see them doing kid advertising? No. Do you see them doing selling to kids? No. I mean, really, if anything, I think this is big alcohol and big pharma projecting what they do upon us, because they're the ones who advertise the kids. Like, shamelessly. Alcohol tries to pretend that they don't. But go watch a college football game. And it's like, I was at a UGA game like this last season. And in front of Sanford Stadium, there is a giant activation of brought to you by Twisted Tea. And you go watch a college football game. It's brought to you by Bud Light or Miller Lite or Coors Light or High Noon or Truly or White Claw or Jack or Jim or Evan Williams. I don't know if Evan Williams still exists. But the point is these politicians that are trying to ban hemp are doing it under the straw man argument of protecting the kids. And I'm all for protecting kids. I do not want this to get deep faked into saying that Daniel doesn't want to protect the kids. I'm totally for protecting kids. I mean, well, I would have said up until the Epstein stuff, everybody would say they support protecting kids, but I'm for protecting kids. You don't need to advertise to them, and we don't. Like, and I say we, I don't just mean better than nine. I mean, I don't see hemp companies advertising to kids. Number one, kids can't afford our products. They want pot, they go buy it from their dope friend at school or something. You know what I mean? Their little dopey kid that like hacky sacks. So speaking from Better Than Nine's perspective, I don't have the numbers because I don't ask you guys how old y'all are, like other than being old enough to buy product 21. But it's not even an issue because I would guess that our average customer's age is late 50s is like average, because I mean I was talking to a lady yesterday that was 68, a man today that's 75. Like, I was having a beer with a customer yesterday who's 67. Like, I'm 47 and I'm like a kid compared to my clients. So, and I love you guys. I'm not talking ish about old people. Like, what are we doing? We're talking about protecting kids, and then we forget the industry that put this hemp ban language into the law was the alcohol industry. And let's stop advertising to kids. Alcohol, y'all start. I mean, again, the college football games are brought to you by insert an alcoholic beverage. It's on the stadium. And how is that not advertising to kids? I mean, we call them college kids. You don't ever be like, oh, who are those people over there? Oh, there's a bunch of college adults hanging out. No, it's like, it's just some college kids screwing around. They're college kids, and they're doing it on TV. I'm pointing, my TV is over there. That's why I keep pointing over there. I don't have like the Ed McMahon guy over there. But so then the other thing, we want to protect kids. I mean, again, I don't even need to get into how, like, if there is ever the hypocrisy of like their mouths are saying something but their actions are doing something else. I think it starts and ends with Epstein. I mean, how can we talk about being a society that protects kids, yet we're protecting the people who abuse them? Let's just use that word because, again, I don't want age restriction. But boy, if I were allowed on this one, I would have so much more fun. So anyways, I'm sure everybody's probably about as PO'd as I am, just like with, I just want fairness and balance. If we're going to protect kids, then we need to protect kids across the board. If we're not, you know what I mean? We know, anybody that's on the industry, we know that they're not trying to ban hemp to protect kids because they don't give an F about kids. They're trying to ban hemp because alcohol sales are down, prescription drug sales are down since the proliferation of our products, because people are like, hey, you know what's better than something that causes cancer and brain damage and cirrhosis and violence and DUIs and just getting fat for no reason? Something that doesn't do any of that stuff. Oh, also a study came out yesterday that shows cannabis use in middle-aged to older people has bigger brain volume, in a good way, with better cognitive ability. So yeah, go talk to Big Alcohol about brain function. So what do we do, guys? Unless somebody watching has an extra several $1 million liquid, like probably like in a bag or a suitcase that you can go deliver to a few politicians, there, what can we do? I'll tell you, I hate this because it feels so impotent and soft and weak, but that's the definition probably of impotent. But call your U.S. senator and your U.S. congressman. We all got 2 senators per state, so if you live in whatever state, you only got 2 of them. Congressmen, you have more based upon population and stuff, and call them. And I know you're like, that's not going to do anything. It does do. Let me tell you how the system works. The lobbyists and stuff tell us this is actually how it really works. When you call, like, I'll just use Raphael Warnock because he's a senator from Georgia, and I've talked to him. And he's friendly to our cause, by the way, but still call him and tell his aides. So you call, and they'll say, hey, this is Ashley with Senator Warnock's office. how can I help you? And then you just say, hi, my name is Daniel. I'm one of your constituents, and I want to call and express my concern about the ban of hemp coming up. I use this for a medical condition. For me, it's glaucoma and anxiety, but glaucoma is like the one that like an asshole would recognize as a legit condition. And I use these products for my health. And if they get banned, what am I supposed to do? Have to go back and buy them from the street where maybe there's fentanyl in them, or have to fly to another state and then become a mule smuggling them back in my luggage? I'm in the United States, for God's sake, too. Last time I went to California or Colorado, I didn't need my passport. So, okay, let me get back on track. I'm sorry. Yeah, hey, this is Senator Warnock's office. Hey, I'm Daniel. I'm a voter for him. I'm one of your constituents. I'd like for you to let the senator know that I'm voting. There is a midterm, and hemp is important to me. And I'd like him to support any legislation that prevents hemp from being banned. This is ridiculous at this point. And then what happens then is they tally up. They'll be like, okay, we got 12 calls on hemp, we got 4 calls on abortion, we got 7 calls on ICE, I don't know, whatever it is. We got 5 calls, we got 37 calls on people's health insurance going up by 30%. And then they give that to the chief of staff, and the chief of staff in like the briefings with the actual person, they go, okay, we had these many calls of these issues. So we need to give these guys and girls political cover to let them know that voting to not ban hemp and keep it legal and even expand the laws, if you want to have if we really want to be honest, they're not going to get voted out because they're doing something unpopular. So that's what I mean. Like, let's just be real. Like, besides these people, they're supposed to be public servants, but I think that went away. This is a high school popularity contest. So, if they need to know that what their decisions are supported by the people that are voting for them. And so that's really all that it does. And I know it feels weak and lame, but at this point, it's the best thing that we can all do as like normal people. So, how do you know who your rep is? I mean, I guess maybe I'm like, I do this kind of stuff, so I know my guys. But just go to Google or whatever your search engine of choice is and just be like, who's my reps or who's my senators or whatever, and it'll pop up, and they'll ask you your zip code or your area code or zip code. And then it'll be like, bonk, and it'll tell you, senator, house rep, blah, blah, blah. And then just start calling them. You can sit there while you're just eating lunch or at the bathroom or whatever. Just be like, yo, this is not cool. And remind them that we're voting, and remind them that it's midterm. So a lot of them, their seats will be up for grabs. Again, politely. We're cannabis people. We're not a-holes like alcoholics. We're chill. We're friendly. We're almost a little too soft for our own good, and I think that might be what some of the problem is. But don't change. We don't need to change. We're good people. So I hope all y'all are doing good. I do want to get back onto the one-hit reviews. Because of this diciness with the laws, I don't want them to look like I'm taunting law enforcement in any kind of way. So that's why I've just gone back to writing them, like typing them, just because I don't want to be like bebopping and scatting. Like, I'm trying to help people get good quality products at good prices as legally. Everything we do is legal somewhere. So, sometimes when you play with fire, you don't keep a can of gasoline around next to it. So we're just trying to be respectful of everybody and show restraint. And again, I'm 47 years old, so, if y'all knew me 10, 15 years ago, you know that I did not always demonstrate this level of good decision making. But thank y'all for your support and everything. But again, we've had a fun time, and those new flowers have been solid, huh? So anyways, I can't keep talking. I'm going to get age restricted. But thanks for watching. If y'all got any questions about this kind of stuff, call or email or text like y'all do, or write on the thing and I'll pin file it. Thank you so much, and we will be seeing y'all at some point soon. Thanks. Bye. All right. Good.